Booyaka shot! Welcome back to another episode of Can't Handle the Heat. It's your boy G Swizz, joined by local Joe. Jokey, how we doing?
What's up, boys? Joining from the attic. Some creepy attic.
Also joined by Micah Maha. Micah, how we doing, bro? Jokesy, Brokesy.
What? I'm doing
I don't
good.
know. It's another classic Gage intro. It's either I hit it on the mark or I just absolutely fumbled the bag. Either way, I love him.
How we doing, Jokesy?
Thanks for your short one. We're going to talk about some New Year's resolutions. And if you haven't watched our latest video, it's about we responded to the National Championship 5th set, and we received some interesting hate mail and comments, which we found very amusing. I know Joe had some choice words for him, so we'll get into that. But first things first, if you haven't already, make sure you guys check out our new merch. The link is in the bio. Hit it, and again, it has everything from sweatpants, shirts, to a nice out-of-system crew neck. So make sure you check that out. And also want to give a fat shout-out to Manscaped. There's New Year's resolutions, a lot of things going on. And make sure you use the code. What, Joe? What's the code?
Volleyballs, all cap.
Volleyball. New year, new you. Make sure you start from top to bottom using Manscaped. Alrighty, let's get into it here. Joe, I know you want to kind of start with some New Year's resolutions. We did the kind of same. We did the similar thing with last week. Micah, I don't know if you watched. Did you watch our last episode last week or no?
No, I watched some.
You were in the background. Did you see it? Did you see your?
I didn't.
Oh. Well, it was more like an Easter egg. We had you, so it was me and Joe, and in the way back we had a picture of you on the TV of you. I didn't know who would catch it. I don't think anyone caught it, to be honest. But no, just a few things we want to kind of go over. Like I said, a new year, a new us. Is there anything? We'll start with Micah. Since Micah.
Wow.
Is there anything volleyball related or non-volleyball related that you have for New Year's resolutions?
Not really.
It's gonna be something.
I feel like New Year's resolutions just like always let me down.
That's true. It can be funny though. It can be not
Like,
about you.
I don't know anyone that's ever kept a New Year's resolution for the whole year.
I got one to start us off.
Okay.
For someone in the German Bundesliga to beat Berlin.
They're undefeated?
Bro, they're undefeated in every single competition. They haven't lost a single match.
Even Champions League?
No, Champions League 2?
Yeah.
Who
They
they
haven't lost a
play?
single match. They haven't played the Russian team. I think they have Dynamo Moscow, is it? But they played Novi. They have a good pool for them. They have Novi Sad, and they beat the Portuguese. What team is it? What's the Portuguese team?
I know who you're talking about. The good one.
Yes.
Yeah,
Benfica.
I know exactly who
like
you're talking
Benfica.
about. Yeah, something like that.
So those are the two they played. Dude, they have such a good. They're gonna make it far in Champions League because they got a good draw.
Wow.
So now they have the Russian team. It's I think it's with Kliuka. Is that Moscow or St. Petersburg? St. Petersburg is the last team. So that'll be the toughest. That could be their first loss this year.
Wow.
But somebody in the Buddhist. We're saving it for the cup. We're saving the dub for the cup.
It's coming.
Dude,
March 6th, baby.
Dude, we just need to beat them one time.
You just need to beat them one time, dude. Just gotta show up one time.
So can you
One
explain
time,
what
baby.
Can you explain what the German Cup is, Joe?
That's a good
people
point. Well,
always
just
get
cup
confused.
in general.
Yeah.
Right. Well, explain the cup in general. So, yeah, because when people heard we made the German Cup final, I think their understanding of what that means.
Super Bowl.
we lost a bunch of games at the beginning of the season, like in the finals already. So the way German Cup works is it's a single elimination tournament outside of regular league play. That's like German Championship, and that one you play every team twice, and then you get to the playoffs and you have a best of 5 series with the top 8 teams, and that's just like a straight bracket, best of 5 series in each round. But outside of that, then you have German Cup, and you have the same thing like Italian Cup, French Cup, Polish Cup. Those are just tournaments outside the other one. That's a single elimination, like March Madness style tournament. So it's pretty sick because a lot of the times it's like we were just saying, you just need to beat a team one time to advance or to win. And for a lot of like the smaller clubs like Lüneburg, for example, like it's a lot easier to get to a championship and get a championship and get a medal in this tournament because the reality is you only need to beat a team one time to advance.
And it's random draw.
And the biggest, exactly.
That's why
It's
it gets. That's why you have a good shot. Is that
it's luck. It's both luck and like, dude, it's single limb. So also like the bigger teams, they choke up a lot because it's like, oh, if you're on the road against the lower team, you lose the first set, you're like, frick, we're gonna get eliminated. Like
and the lower
versus
team,
like a best.
the
Yeah,
lower
best
team
of five.
hosts. So that's another reason
Not always.
why.
Not always.
Oh, okay.
It's the first team drawn hosts. But a lot of times, for some reason, the lower team always gets the first draw. And so you just see, like, these bigger teams, like, the smaller teams, like, they get their home crowd going.
This is your chance. This is your chance.
And as soon as, like, you give them, like, a little momentum, it's like, frick. And the reality is, like, in a 5-game series, the bigger team's like, we could lose.
The better team's going to win that, like,
yeah.
9 times out of 10. Because you can get lucky once, you can get lucky twice. But you have to beat it. You have to beat a team that's way better than you 3 times. That's tough.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember when I first came over, when they talk, because every league has like a cup. I'm pretty sure. When we first started talking about the cup, and like I was like, wait, I'm so confused because like if you're a soccer follower, then you understand like how this kind of works. I'm pretty sure they do the same stuff in soccer all the time, and like I hear about all these championships in soccer, and I'm like, wait, what is going on? Because on top of the cup, you have the CEF Cup, you have Champions League, you have, and then the end of the year, and then there's the Challengers Cup, which is the third Challenger. So you have like all these 3 just multiple tournaments going on at the same time of the year, rather than in college. It would be like, okay, we're all just gearing up for this one, championship. So what happens? What happens when you guys win and for Poland? What happens when you guys win the cup? Does anything happen, or you just get money, or you just get?
The club will go nuts.
We won the French Cup. I don't know if I said that on here, but I'm sure you guys might have heard the story. We won the French Cup by default.
You told us that.
Yeah. We won without even playing a point.
You did it, man. How?
So, because of COVID, so basically we made the semis, and then a team that like we have a derby with that we had just played, we just beat them, and they're usually the best team in the league tour. Their president was like kind of scared to play us because we had beaten them like 3 times in scrimmages and then this past game. And they had 2 injuries. And so he was like, no, like we're not going to play because COVID, it's a little dangerous. And it was right before COVID like really popped off.
Wow.
And we're like, what do you mean you're not going to play? Like, you don't get to make that decision. And so we were like, all right, well, we're going to show up. So then they're like, we're not coming. So the league's like, you can't just like not show up to a game. So they're like, all right, that's a forfeit. You lose. So then we made it to the finals and we're like, let's go. And we're like, we just got to win 1 game. And then like the day before the finals, the team we're supposed to play gets COVID and can't play. And they're like, we're just going to get, so we won. Like they gave us the cup, they gave us the medals, but we didn't get our bonus because I don't know why. We fought for it, but
man.
A lot of the players are fighting for it, but we didn't get it.
There's your New Year's resolution to get your bonus from the French Cup.
That's over with. But also a part of the cup that we didn't talk about, well, I don't know if it's the same in Germany, but in Poland and France is like the second division is also included. Right, Joe? Is that
yeah,
you? Right.
Dude, and Josh Tuanika's team, like the second division should not really be.
Yeah, Josh's team lost the second.
Bro, yeah, that when I saw him, I'm like, is that Suwalki's second team? I was gonna look because I saw Zox had a second team, but I'm like,
we played Zox's second team.
Brutal.
And we got a good draw. We play another second division team next.
That's a freaking money draw.
I don't know what happens after that.
But yeah, for people asking, like, in this case, like a first division team loses to a second division, there's so much pressure and tension in the club. And if that happens, like you just gotta imagine, like after stuff like that happens, where like a top team loses to a bottom team that they should not.
Right.
It's just like the top team. There's so much pressure coming.
You can relate it to, I mean, like an NBA team losing to, not necessarily, but like a NCAA D1 team losing to a D2 team, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. I that's a really good way of putting it. So it was interesting, but that happens in the cup. It's just like March Madness, like a 1 seed losing. Doesn't happen very often, but.
And you said
Cinderella story, baby.
And you qualified about a week ago or so, Joe. And you guys' cup isn't until the beginning of March, right?
Yeah, they play. So the way our season is structured, really, I don't know if any other league has this, but we have a structure where we finish our regular season in 2 weeks, and then we play an intermittent round where teams that finish 1 through 4 play everybody again, teams 5 through 8 play everybody again, and then from there you go into playoffs. And they wanted to plan.
Wait, what? Wait,
there's
1
only
through 4 play within 1 through 4 again, so they play 3 more games.
No, 6 home and away.
They play 2 more times.
Yeah.
Everybody, why?
It's brutal. Just because that's how.
And does that go towards the
points? There's only
points?
8 teams. Yeah, but you can only go up and back 1 position. It's really strange.
What?
They just wanted a way to. Since there's only 8 teams, they wanted to find a way to have more matches. Because for sponsors, they needed a longer season. So
but why wouldn't they just do 3 rounds, play everyone 3 times?
Bro, because that would have made it even longer. That would have made it way longer. Too long.
No, it's only 1 more game. You're gonna play 6 games. If you play 1 through 8, everybody.
Yeah, but I feel like
you play 7 games.
If you do, but then you can't figure out a fair way to be all right. Well, you're home. This one, you're wait.
I get the home and away thing.
And that could kind of screw you over if it's a 1 match difference and you played more home. So I don't know. This is just what they came up with. Also, to finish the answer to Gage's question, they wanted to put the cup match right before playoffs. So they put the cup right after the intermittent round, and they wanted to have it right before playoffs. So,
dude, and we were talking.
If you're in the final, that is your playoff. It's go all in on 1 match.
Dude, yeah, if you win that, for a club like Lunenburg or for Poitiers where I was, if you win that, the whole year is a success. You could not make the playoffs. You could do whatever you want. They're just the club's ecstatic.
But I'm trying to figure out the point of a cup game. You don't unless obviously some people have bonuses and stuff. But what does it do? What's the point of? Why did the organization decide? Okay, we're gonna have a cup.
Well, what's the point of winning a championship?
The championship isn't that the big thing everyone strives for at the end of the year? You know what I'm saying?
Right, but what benefit is there that there isn't from the cup?
Well, the cup isn't. It doesn't mean as much. So
it's an
it's
accomplishment,
just
basically. You know.
I mean, yeah. All right. Yeah, I guess. I was just curious, how they think it's something like
it
this.
Doesn't necessarily mean as much for sure, but it's it provides kind of the same reward that a championship. It's not like you're gonna win. A lot of times you get a bonus for both of them. And then you get that on your resume or whatever, credentials or whatever that is.
For us, we host the cup, and it's not until the end of the month here, and that's our next game. Our schedule got mixed up because of Sev Cup and Champions League, and so we don't play till the 25th or something like that, and we do it all in a day. The quarters, semis, day break. And
no, you do not.
Yep.
Oh, but you have a day break.
Maybe after the semis.
So it's quarters and semis same day.
Quarters 1 day, semis the next day.
Oh, thank goodness! I thought you were trying to say that it was all on one day.
That'd be sick.
Club tournament,
dude.
Club JOs.
That's insane.
Dude, no way. Yeah, I was about to say, our old guys would not survive. Are you kidding me?
No shot, dude. No shot. That's why I was wait, you're playing quarters, semis, and finals in 1 day?
That'd be sick, though. Then it's a battle of depth and attrition.
Oh, it is a war of attrition, man. It's
last. We would not do well. We would be so bad. Oh God. Heck no. We're full of old guys, and we have no depth.
Yeah, but your whole league is full of old guys. You have so many old guys in the Bulgarian league?
We have no depth, though. We have no depth.
Oh.
Are there any of these young guys from that under-21 team in your league?
Yeah.
Because that team is gnarly.
Yeah. But they're all kind of spread out. We have 1 or 2 on our team. But Levski, their teams with so much more depth than us. It's just damn.
What team?
In Bulgaria, there's a couple.
No. Oh, okay.
I mean, no one's gonna know it.
No, right. I thought you meant that the under-21 team had more depth. And I'm like, well.
No. But one thing we talked about with both you guys, I'm sure you guys talked about it together, is how bad the schedule is over here for how Joe, you always say how much more efficient they could be with the schedule and everything like that. It's just ridiculous. But it's telling Micah this, they don't care. I mean, they're home. They're in Europe. For us, American guys, or guys are like far away. It's just like ridiculous.
There's no professional league that's longer.
Yeah, and it's just
not even baseball. Not
it's
even
so
baseball.
drawn out, and they always say like, "Oh, the sponsors want more games." I'm like, what the heck? Like, there's bigger sponsors in America for the NFL that are paying way more, and it's not like these guys are playing 80 games, 8 months because the sponsors want them to play more games.
Yeah,
That's so true.
Like, what is this? Sponsors want more games. What the heck is this about?
Like we have like a break in between. I was telling you this. Like we have first round of playoffs at the end of the year, and we have a 2-week break. 2-week break because like, the young guys have to go train or something. And I'm like, dude, we have a month right now where we're not playing a single game damn near, except the Bulgarian.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
It's like, what are we doing here, guys?
It's so annoying.
It's just, anyways, let's get into it, Joe. I know you had some choice words for our latest.
Gage, you didn't say your
My New Year's resolution. New Year's resolution.
I told you last week it was coming. You gotta be prepared.
That's true. I'd say my New Year's resolution would be pass better. There we go. That's what I got.
Yeah, mine would be to
worst.
play better. Mine would be to play better.
You guys suck. Those are the worst.
No, it's true.
Would be to give Jake McSlunks more spankings. To give him his spanking.
I only, in the year 20, soon, there'll be a year where I haven't given Jakey McSpanky any spankies in year 2022 coming up here.
You know how like on Valentine's Day you can send like grams, whatever. You gotta get somebody to go send Jake and videotape it. A spanking.
Just send like a, just send like a, I don't know, it's like, like I don't know, like gigolos or like you can send like a stripper gram or whatever. You're like, I want you to spank him. They're like just spank him. Yeah, just spank him. I could do that.
I wonder how much that would cost to get them to go to Cal Poly and like go into one of his classes and
spank him.
Yeah. Do you think we could afford that?
Oh yeah. I would. I put down everything I have, all my money, and
have somebody record it.
Oh yeah.
Dude. Yeah. Also, on R.I.P. John Madden. I didn't know he went to Cal Poly. Did you know he played football at Cal Poly?
I had no idea. I knew John Madden as like I knew he was a coach. That's right. But I know him for the football game.
And
I know him from Madden. Oh, and broadcaster. I did know that too.
Yeah.
But
he did a lot for the game. Any like old heads you talk about in the football game, they all talk about like there's nobody who did more for the game during his time for football. Yeah, if you listen to like all the owners, listen to everybody. Like there's a really cool documentary that just came out 2 nights ago that I recommend.
Where is it?
It has his name in it. I want to say people are going to correct me because we always get corrected. We're going to get into that in a second. It might be it's going to be, I think it's HBO, I want to say.
Okay.
It's one of those weird weird streamers. It's not like a mainstream one, but I heard it's really, really good. And yeah, John Madden, R.I.P. Nothing to do really with volleyball. He lived by our same neighborhood as our uncle for a little bit. But Gage, I got to get into this because we got so many DMs and we got so many comments. You can bring him up in a second here, but I have something to say right at the beginning. First of all, Nebraska and Wisconsin fans, as a whole, are some of the most like disliked volleyball fans in the country. We've gotten so many DMs.
Really?
Everybody, for some reason, everybody like gets really frustrated with them because they're so passionate and they're so hard to talk to. The video that we released, it was a reaction video, and we were looking at it as volleyball players. Like, we're professional players. We've coached. We've worked with a lot of different athletes. We were just approaching it. If you brought the coaches on from both of those teams, a lot of the remarks we were making, especially on the Nebraska side, dude, they would have the same thing. There was, like, a lack of aggression. They were leaving easy balls off the net. They weren't going and, like, being aggressive in a 5th set for the national championship. I guarantee you bring Jalen Reyes, John Cook, Tyler Hildebrand on here, they would say the exact same thing that we were saying. It was just like, I think everybody understands that they were playing a low level. Wisconsin, they also kind of gave chance. You're up 7-0 and you allow a team back to 15-12. Like, that's also something that, as just a reaction video, we're not like sitting here attacking them personally. But people have to understand that was frustrating. Like, they were coming after us like we're we hate these girls. We're friends with so many of these girls. We're just talking about it as volleyball players and volleyball like fans in general, and breaking it down just like all you guys do. And so every Nebraska and Wisconsin fan that I've met are awesome, but I'm just saying like what I've gotten over like the past week from DMs and stuff, people just get so frustrated with the Nebraska and the Wisconsin fan base for some reason. They're passionate and stuff, but people just say how like, I don't know. I didn't realize how much people didn't appreciate their
So a lot of your
fanhood.
messages were saying like, we're talking trash about the fans, not about your video.
No. So, no. What happened was we got all these comments coming after us on the video,
Right,
but then
right.
we got DM'd a bunch saying just how frustrated they are with the fans and about the comments that were made.
Okay, got
Can
it.
I read one of the comments?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, this is a longer one, but this is one where I remember I woke up to it. I was like, I'll respond to it later. I still have yet to respond to it. Maybe we can all respond to this here. Here we go. From Harold Hauser. You are one of the few
What a name.
podcasts/media sources with actual players operating and discussing volleyball. Yet, you choose not to know anything about the women's college game and embarrass yourselves with each show. If you don't want to give respect to the women's game, that's your choice. But don't put on shows that you don't know nothing. But don't put on shows that do nothing but highlight your ignorance for the teams and mock your ridicule for the sport. You could have drawn a big audience and made this a real success, but you chose not to. You chose to put on a Ted and Bill and do a volleyball podcast. Sort of sad. You might want to brush up knowing the difference between people laughing with you and people laughing at you. No one is laughing with you. Clown emoji. Every community needs people to pick up the garbage. Your 15 minutes are up. The crying emoji.
Dude, so
This
first
made
of
me take
all,
it personally. Holy
first of
shit.
all,
Harold, man.
that's another comment we got, is that we disrespected the women's game. And I went back and watched the video, and I was trying to figure out where exactly people could have questioned our comments and could have even kind of begun to argue that case, because all we talked about was just basic volleyball stuff and like basic volleyball tactics and how they approach the fifth set, the mindset. Like I said, you bring those coaches on here, especially the Nebraska coaches, like they're gonna agree with most of the stuff we said. Like, yeah, one of our top outside hitters was not being aggressive. She was just tipping roll shot and wasn't approaching into the ball. Like, there's just so much stuff we were passing free, like easy serves 10 feet off the net. Like, that's just like if you want to win a high level volleyball match in national championship, you have to do that at a high level. And you go down 7-0. It's like, we watched one set. That's how we were just breaking it down. We weren't like going after their families
But to be
and their
fair,
loved
for
ones.
Harold, in my case, I really don't know anything about the
True,
women's
but
game.
he was talking about
For sure.
So, but like, if you wanted that kind of like content, like, sadly, this
That's not
isn't
us.
like the place to come. Like,
Yeah.
I'll admit,
Okay.
I'm very ignorant about like women's NCAA volleyball. I don't know anything about it right now.
And we admit
Like,
that whenever we say we admit
We're not
that,
trying to act like. I'm never trying to be like, you need to listen to this, or like think that I'm very well researched, or like that my opinion matters, because I understand that I don't have any like idea about what's actually going on. So some of that's fair, but at the same time, it's like, if you want something like that, just like don't ridicule us for doing it the way that we're gonna do it, because that's just
Exactly.
not how we're gonna do it. That's not our goal. If our goal was to provide like a very like in-depth, like serious analysis of the women's NCAA, it would look completely different, and we could do it.
yeah.
It would be different, but like that's not what we want to do. And if you want that, maybe you could do it yourself.
Ooh.
I have two things. One, the reason we get on, like the guests and people like coming on, is because of the way we do things. And if we were just a serious show, like they'd always be bored if we just talk about their hitting numbers and their tactics and like people that you answer as an athlete, you answer those types of questions nonstop, and it gets
Right.
really boring. And then two, our freaking partner is Manscaped. They're one of the most like just like it's like a ball shaving company. We're not sitting here trying to be like
Not
those-
just the ball shaving company, the ball shaving company. 8 million
Exactly.
balls. Exact.
So on top of that, it's like, exactly, Mike. That was put perfectly. So I was just reading these comments. I'm like, we're not
But like
attacking
some
anybody.
of it has some like, it's kind of
For
fair,
sure.
but at the same time, I think they just don't understand
Totally.
the way we're doing it. And we've been catching some flack for our lack of knowledge on the women's side.
Oh, yeah.
We should
But
we should honestly just stay away from it, because we step in there and people are like, you're serious, and we're like, no, we're not serious. That's why we're not getting along, is because you're thinking that we're taking this extremely seriously.
Exactly.
And
But
we're not.
it wasn't even. They said we were disrespecting the women's game, like the style of play. I'm like,
Especially,
it's not like that at all. We're talking about just like basic volleyball tactics and
I think
analyzing
that's
the game.
also
yeah, I think
comes with the political territory right now.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
true.
And it's
That's
just
true.
like, yeah, that's just going to be the way it is
Also,
Gage, you got
in
any
some
other-
people's eyes.
yeah, I
Another
mean,
comment, Gage.
yeah, a lot of them were talking here. I'll give you another one, another big one. This is kind of like a lot of them. Okay, here's another one from Travis Valadez. But this was a lot of people said something like along these lines. This is the first video I was really disappointed by. You aren't very nice about Wisconsin. The girls busted their butts and deserve respect and recognition. You yourselves come to Wisconsin for a tournament, even stay in my hometown of Oshkosh. You know we got great volleyball here. If anyone deserves to win a national title, it's Dana Retke. You better learn Anna's name, because she just became a household name. The emoji like this. Here's the thing. First of all, wow, this guy took it personal. And
Dude,
hey,
Dana's
mad
like
respect.
we're super close to Dana. And we're super like she always, whenever we're in an area, she always messages and like wants to hang out. So there was nothing. Sorry, Gage, you go. But
No, I was just saying. I mean, like you said. I would say that when people come on this channel, I think they know, usually for the most part, they know what they're getting. They're getting unhinged. You know, we're not going to like hold back. Like, I'm not going to hold back anything I have to say about anything like that. You know, and I would say these things, maybe some critiques that I'd probably be harsher on myself or anything like that. So when you see people do a lot of reaction videos, usually for these reasons, they like to kind of sugarcoat things. Like, oh, maybe they could have made this, or maybe they could have. For me, I'm like, what the fuck? I can't say it, but like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing out there? And again, I would say the same things about myself. Be like, well, I'd probably be more brutal, but like that's the thing. And so my first time watching this one, is definitely gonna it's not like I didn't like see through and be like, okay, maybe I should say it like this. It was just like whatever I felt, I said it out there, you know. And I think that people kind of took it in that way. Well, people took it, in that were supposed to be not politically correct, but in a term of like, for us, it's just like it's unhinged, it's unscripted, and that's just the way we are. I don't know, and people got sad about that.
dude, I want all these people who are commenting this to go find our video and roast the crap out of us, and like find like a game where we lose and stuff, and it's fine, and it'd be freaking hilarious.
Yeah, do it.
It'd be awesome. Where we'd
roasted
like
myself in a video.
find a game where we didn't play well, and go react to a video and just roast us. That'd be awesome. That'd be hilarious. There's not all these people you're talking about, like that are in that match. We're very close with a lot of those players, and they just laugh about it. Like when Lauren came on and she was joking with us about us not picking her and stuff. She freaking invited our whole team to her family's place in the UK for New Year's and
Dublin.
stuff. And so, like, we're still like super close. They know it's just a joke. Obviously, the people commenting don't realize
It's not a joke.
it's not a joke.
Come on,
They took
They
a lot of,
deserve praise, Joe. They deserve praise.
I responded to one of my best responses I've ever had. Damn. Oh man, where is it? I basically come on, find a Gage. All right, so one of them was, this is one also from Myrick Lamb. She's like, could you be any less happy for Wisconsin? I know you're friends with some of the Husker ladies, but geez, give some credit where it's due. And then they went on and on. Like, they never congratulated them as a team and didn't know a single player on Wisconsin besides Dana. And one of them mentioned Smirk or Smirk. They're going to be mad about that. And then I responded, I was like, we at Out of System would like to announce that we have designated the entire month of December to the Wisconsin women's volleyball team winning the national championship. We no longer celebrate Christmas or New Year's because we feel they pale in comparison to the historic run. Baby Jesus ain't got nothing on the Badgers. Oh, yeah, and Joe will be sacrificing a goat in celebration as well. We hope this will suffice.
Well, I feel like, I don't know, everyone just wants so much praise, and it's
Yeah.
weird that, like, if we were to do something, we wouldn't. Like, I don't know. I don't expect anyone to know my name when they're like, and people always get mad at commentators for like not, and I'm like, it's just entitlement. Like, if they were to comment at something where I'm in the game and they're like, oh, I don't know who this 14 guy is, I'm not going to be like, you need to know my name. Like, the guy has his own life. Guy's like living his own life. He's got whatever. He's got kids and like a wife. Why does he have to know my name? Like, if I'm a part of a video that he doesn't know who I am, or a national championship, and he's like, oh, I wonder who 13 or 10 or 14 is. It's like, I'm not going to come to him and say, you need to know who I am and give me praise for all the hard work that I put in to get to this stage. Like, what on earth? Like, and if you're commenting that for these players, on behalf of these players, like, that's not really necessary, I guess, is the point. Because I don't think it, and if you're that way as a player, then I don't know. That's just interesting, I guess.
And at the same time, it's like vice versa too. For us in our content, in our videos, we don't like you. If you don't like it, then just don't watch it. We do it because we enjoy it. It's not like, oh, we expect you guys to listen to us every single time, and you have to give us praise. Like, we like this. We like you guys commenting your opinions and everything, but we also have a response to when you say something like, we like this stuff. Come right back at us. We'll bring you some. If you guys keep this going, we'll bring you on the pod, and we'd love to have a conversation. That would be awesome, actually.
Fan by fan. I'd like to see who actually would stand up for themselves.
Oh yeah, all those people who come to that. If you want to come on, comment down below on this podcast, and we'll see, and we'll pick our favorite one to bring on.
True. We got receipts. But yeah, I also think Nebraska, for the women, the Nebraska and Wisconsin fans are like, people hate the BYU men's fans and the Hawaii men's fans.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, for sure. It's the same way. Like, so it's like Hawaii fans are ridiculous too. Like, I've seen some stuff coming from Hawaii fans. I'm like, they're so ridiculous. Dude. And they listen to this too, but it's like, guys, there's with all those fan bases, but that's also what makes it awesome.
That's what makes it, you're talking about all the strongest fan bases, and it like makes sense because they're passionate.
100%.
Like UCLA's fan base, they're not annoying anyone because they don't exist, and they don't even like care about men's volleyball. So,
dude,
exactly. That's what you want. Like, that's why like all big time rivalries, the fans hate each other.
Right.
That's what you want too.
It's that's totally what you want, man. I think that's part of it, and the disrespect I like. In some sense, there's definitely lines and stuff, but the passion, I guess, not the disrespect, but the passion is that's what sports is about.
The thing that amuses me, before we wrap it up, I won't say this, but the thing that amuses me, especially because I know what's going on in like Hawaii practice gyms, and I play with the players and whatnot and everything, is when people are like trying to seem like as experts. It's the funniest thing, and like they throw names out there like, oh, this person needs to be starting because he was a blah 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 recruit or something. I'm like, that him? I would just start cracking up because you're the only one who knows what's going on like behind the curtain and closed doors. So I think it's the funniest thing when they're like, oh, why don't they give this person a shot? I was like, you do not want to give that person a shot. I guarantee you. I've seen. I was like, you do not want to go there. But it's funny because they're like, oh, recruit. And I was like, all right. But it's amusing. It's amusing. We're gonna wrap it up here. For those of you listening out there, I hope you have a wonderful New Year's. And again, I'll give a shout out to Manscaped. Cheers to 2022 and the resolutions you can actually keep about having clean and shiny balls all year round. Our sponsors at Manscaped are here to save your balls this year and make the ball drop in 2022 the cleanest and sexiest ever. Set your first ever New Year's resolutions with good intentions and join the 4 million men worldwide who trusted Manscaped. With our exclusive offer, go to manscaped.com and use our code. Joe, hit with the code.
Volleyballs, all cap, no cap.
No cap.
All caps, no cap.
For 20% off and free worldwide shipping. Again, there's my New Year's resolution. Clean and shiny balls.
Don't forget about those Dr. P's V's also. We always got to remind people down here, promo code, especially as people are going into qualifier season, people getting ready for the big club tournaments. Make sure your team is electrolyted up, fueled up with Dr. Price's vitamins. Link below, promo code. They're awesome. They saved so many people's lives this summer, and they're going to be saving your lives while you're trying to qualify for nationals. So make sure you get on that. Dr. P's V's, Manscaped, the best partners. We love them. And, boys, Happy New Year's. And I hope your resolutions come true. Your crappy
Right
resolutions.
back at you. Right back at you. And just remember, if you can't handle the heat, get out of the damn kitchen. That's been another episode presented by Addison.